Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Bold and the Beautiful, Tuesday, October 21. Recap: Luna gets prison. Beating after Bill refuses freedom request. The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B recap for Tuesday. October 21st reveals that Luna Nozawa's Lisa Yamada cellmate granted her beating request after Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, denied Luna's freedom. As Steffi Forrester's Jacqueline McInnes Wood prison visit continued, Luna suggested she'd be focused on Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, and her baby when she got out, not Steffi. Of course, Steffi was adamant that Luna was going to remain behind bars forever, but Luna didn't believe Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, would let his grandchild be born there. Steffi didn't think Luna really knew Bill, and was convinced Luna would stay locked up. At the Spencer mansion, Bill assured Will and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, that he'd been working with a lawyer on the custody case, which wouldn't be an easy win. Bill insisted that once the baby was born, Luna would no longer have any contact. Afterward, on Tuesday's B&B episode, Luna was once again disappointed to learn her next visitor wasn't Will. It was Bill instead, since he wanted to let Luna know her baby would be taken from her while she was left there to rot. Leaving Luna in prison was what Bill should have done in the first place, so he reflected on what a mistake he made when he tried to see redemption in her. Bill reminded Luna of all the power and connections he used to get her out of the slammer before. Now Bill planned to use that same influence to make sure Luna stayed a prisoner. Luna was in tears and called out to Bill as he left, but he refused to offer any help. That's why Luna had to resort to a familiar strategy once she was taken back to her cell. Luna told her cellmate that she needed her to do it again, though she didn't want to be hit in the stomach. It was clear that Luna set up the previous attack behind bars and was now getting her cellmate to do her another favor. The cellmate seemed quite pleased over the request as she ultimately decked Luna at the Cliff House. John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, gave Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, and Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kay, updates on Steffi running straight to confront Luna after she heard the latest news. Steffi eventually came home for a reunion with Ridge and Taylor, so she talked about her Luna confrontation and voiced her displeasure over Ridge's decision to marry Brooke Logan Forrester, Catherine Kelly Lang. Finn later enjoyed some alone time with Steffi, which brought plenty of Luna reassurance, a conversation about how much they missed each other, and a makeout session. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Luna will continue to pull some shady stunts, so don't miss what's in store. Tuesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered one of the most shocking and emotionally charged hours the CBS soap has seen in months. What began as a day of hope for Luna Nozawa quickly spiraled into heartbreak, violence, and the crushing realization that even love and loyalty can't always buy freedom. Luna's plea for freedom. The episode opened in the stark confines of the Los Angeles County Women's Correctional Facility, where Luna sat on her bunk, clutching a worn photo of R.J. Forrester. Her once shimmering hair was dull under the fluorescent lights, and her eyes carried the weight of nights without sleep. Luna's lawyer had just informed her that her bail hearing had been postponed yet again. She was desperate. When a guard mentioned that Bill Spencer was visiting, Luna's heart lifted. She'd known Bill since childhood. Her mother, Poppy, had a complicated connection to him, and she thought, maybe he's here to save me. In the visitor's room, the tension was palpable. Bill stood tall in his dark suit, the signature Spencer power exuding from every glance. Yet for once there was softness in his eyes. "Luna," he began, his voice low but firm, "I've looked into your case. What happened was tragic, but there are rules. Even I can't bend them." Luna's face crumpled. "Bill, please. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I didn't even know those pills were tampered with." "You have influence. You could talk to the judge. You could get me out." Bill's jaw tightened. "I'm not going to use my power to interfere with the justice system again. I've done that too many times. It always ends badly." Her voice rose with desperation. "You don't understand what it's like in here. I can't survive this, Bill." But his eyes hardened. "You'll have to, Luna. You'll have to find your strength." When he left, Luna's shoulders sagged. The guard's footsteps echoed as the door slammed shut behind her last hope. RJ's breaking point. Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, RJ was unraveling. He'd spent the morning pacing in Ridge's office, replaying the courtroom scenes in his mind. Brooke tried to comfort him, but he was inconsolable. "I can't just sit here sketching while Luna's rotting away in a cell," RJ said, slamming his hand against the desk. "She didn't deserve this. None of it." Brooke exchanged a worried glance with Ridge. "Honey, you have to trust the process," she said softly. "If she's innocent, the truth will come out." RJ's voice cracked. "Mom, I've seen the truth. She's broken. She's scared. And Bill could have helped her, but he didn't." Ridge frowned. "You think Bill Spencer is responsible for this?" "He's not the one who made the mistakes, RJ." But RJ's eyes were fierce. "No, but he could have fixed them." When Brooke tried to touch his arm, RJ pulled away. "If Bill won't do what's right, I will. I'll get Luna out myself." The dark reality behind bars back at the prison, Luna's fear was becoming real. Her cellmate, a hardened woman named Carla, had been watching her closely for days. The other inmates had learned that Luna came from money, that she had connections, and that she'd received visits from men like Bill Spencer and Ridge Forrester's son. To them, she was an easy target. That afternoon in the common area, Luna tried to keep to herself, reading a worn romance novel someone had left behind. But Carla sauntered over with 2 others in tow. "Princess got herself a visitor today?" Carla sneered. "Big shot billionaire, huh? Must be nice." Luna tried to deflect. "He's just a family friend." "Sure he is," Carla replied, stepping closer. "You think you're better than us? You think you're getting out because some rich guy's gonna wave his wallet?" Luna shook her head, her hands trembling. "I don't think that. I just want to be left alone." But the women didn't listen. The moment Luna tried to stand, Carla shoved her. The guards were too slow to react. The scuffle escalated, shouts, fists, chaos. By the time the officers rushed in, Luna was on the floor. Her lips split, her arms scraped, tears mixing with blood. The guards dragged the attackers away, but the damage was done. Luna was shaking uncontrollably as they escorted her to the infirmary. Bill's guilt and Brooke's fury back at Spencer Publications, Bill couldn't shake Luna's voice from his mind. Her plea, raw, terrified, echoed in his head. When Katie arrived for a meeting, she noticed immediately that he was distracted. "Bill, what's wrong? You look haunted." He sighed deeply, staring out the window. "Luna begged me to help her today. She's just a kid, Katie, and I walked away." Katie's brow furrowed. "Bill, if you believe she's innocent, maybe you should reconsider. You've pulled strings before for far less deserving people." Bill turned sharply, "and every time it's backfired. I'm trying to do things differently now." But Katie wasn't convinced. Doing things differently doesn't mean turning your back on someone who needs you. As if on cue, Ridge called Bill's phone, demanding answers about RJ's confrontation at Forrester. Bill's temper flared. "You tell your son to stay out of it." "This isn't a Forrester rescue mission," he snapped before hanging up. Katie looked at him with disbelief. "You're punishing Luna because she's connected to the Forresters, aren't you?" Bill didn't respond. His silence said everything. RJ's dangerous decision, RJ, meanwhile, had already made up his mind. He showed up at the prison, claiming he needed to deliver Luna's belongings. When the officer refused visitation, RJ slipped a folded paper across the counter, a note, hastily written. Inside, Luna later found it under her pillow. "Hold on. I'm coming for you." RJ, the small message gave her a flicker of hope, but before she could savor it, the warden summoned her. "Your visitor from earlier? Bill Spencer? He's filed a statement opposing your release until your case is reviewed," the warden informed her coldly. Luna's world stopped. What? The warden's tone was indifferent. "He claims your connections could compromise the integrity of the process." Her tears fell silently. The one man she'd begged for mercy had instead sealed her confinement. The beating's aftermath. That night, Luna lay in the infirmary, her face bruised, her heart shattered. As the nurse cleaned her wounds, she whispered, "Why does everyone think I deserve this?" No one answered. In another part of the city, Bill poured himself a glass of scotch, staring at his reflection. For once, the mighty Spencer didn't see power. He saw guilt. Meanwhile, RJ stood outside Bill's mansion, fists clenched. He'd heard the news. He'd heard that Bill had made sure Luna stayed locked away, and he swore to himself, if Bill Spencer thought this was over, he had no idea what was coming next. A cliffhanger for the ages. The final moments of Tuesday's Bold and the Beautiful were chilling. As Luna drifted in and out of consciousness, a shadow appeared in her infirmary doorway, someone who wasn't supposed to be there. Looks like you made enemies fast. Pretty girl, a voice whispered. Luna's eyes widened in terror as the screen faded to black.